To all of you. First and foremost, I would like to inform you that the State Disaster Management Authority, in collaboration with the NDMA, that is the National Disaster Management Authority, are planning to have a mock exercise on disaster management, and it's basically on a simulation of a cyclone which is going to hit Goa. So based on this, there was a tabletop exercise which was conducted today, and I have with me Brigadier Tucker with me, who has basically given us a brief as to how we are going to go about. We've got the NDRF chief also with us, who is going to support us in all requirements as far as mitigation and how to fight this symbolic cyclone situation which is going to be worked out. What has been envisaged is, today we had the tabletop exercise and the actual mock is slated to be done on the 3rd of March. First and foremost, I would like to use your forum to inform everybody that this is a mock exercise to check the preparedness of the State Disaster Management Authority. So there is no need to panic, and everybody needs to be made aware that this is an exercise to see how well prepared we are, where are the gaps, and how do we take care of those gaps in future. With these few words, I would request Brigadier Tucker to also enlighten our media on our preparedness and this exercise what we are going to do.
The aim of this mock exercise is to see as to what is the preparedness level of the state of Goa. Now, this was done in 3 phases. In phase 1, we had the orientation and coordination conference on the 16th of February, wherein we told the state and the districts as to what is expected out of them, so that they were able to prepare for it. And today, that is on the 1st of March, we had a tabletop exercise in which we painted various scenarios and we covered the worst case scenario of a cyclone hitting the state of Goa. In case that happens, what are the resources they have available with them, how will they use them, and what are the gaps, if any, they have, how will they fill that. That was the aim of today's exercise. Tomorrow is the day when they prepare all the simulation sites. We have given them 5 simulation sites wherein we will see their prophetic evacuation, search and rescue mission, how they do the search and rescue. Then also how the hospitals are prepared to get your mass casualties. And also in case of a hazardous chemical industry also getting sucked into the cyclone environment. And day after, that's on the 3rd of March, we'll have a proper mock exercise in which all these simulations are going to be conducted and played on ground. And all the responders, including the community, they have to respond. And then we have to identify if there are any gaps and see as to how well we can prepare the state to handle any disaster if it ever occurs. So that is how the broad exercise is going to be conducted. Thank you.
Government of Goa has sanctioned NCRMP2 National Risk Mitigation Project number 2 under the funding of the World Bank. Under this project, 4 important compositions are there. One is capacity building at a local level. Second is dissemination of the information, early warning information to the public in the vulnerable areas. The third is construction of cyclone shelters in the coastal line so that the rescue operation could take place. And the 4th one is that improvement to the electrical infrastructure of making it resilient to face the cyclones. So this is a 119 crore rupees project which was sanctioned in the year 2019. Now I am very happy to say that we are concluding the project, or we are completing the project by this month end, and we will be handing over to the Disaster Management Authority. Under this, we have installed around 38 towers, which are early morning towers, which are connected with the GSM as well as the optical fiber, which will be giving early morning information as and when it is triggered by the district authority or the state authority. So any cyclone which is impending is given to the public in advance, 3 days in advance, by siren, and then if it is in the night time, there will be high beam lights, and then there are various levels of sirens. There are various sound designations will be there that will be communicated to the authorities, to the public, at a later course of time when the SOPs are finalized. So these towers give the information advance to the people that if the cyclone, incoming cyclone is a severe cyclone, how far it is, when it's going to come, and then what actions the people have to be taken. That is there. And parallelly, we have also constructed 11 multi-purpose cyclone shelters which can host about 500 people. 500 people can be accommodated. There we have all the facilities, kitchen facilities, staying facilities, first aid, then information systems, and information distributions to the headquarters. Then we have disabled rooms for the elderly. We have got rooms, and then we have 2 floors for ladies, 1 floor for ladies and 1 for gents, with all the facilities. These structures are disaster free in the sense they can handle up to 5, up to 9 earthquake, Richter scale earthquakes. They can handle the floods, etc., etc. Means there are disaster resilient structures which have already been completed. As a sample of electrical infrastructure, we have also made underground lighting system in Anjana village, in the coastal village, which is likely to be affected by the cyclone. And then that is totally resistant in the sense it can handle the cyclone speed up to 155 kilometers per hour, so that the electrical system is not affected. So this is on a pilot basis. Thereafter, once we succeed in this, it will be taken forward to all the coastal areas. So by spending around 110 crore rupees, it is a great gift to the state. And then we will be testing those equipments on a few of the equipments when we have a mock drill. And thereafter, by the month end, we will be handing over entire system to the state. So thank you so much.
We displayed a lot of equipment down on the ground floor. So I would request the press also to interact with the NDRF people and see what are the various types of equipments which could be used in various scenarios, and that it could also help the state of Goa to mitigate or take actions on certain scenarios which are available. Also, I have with me C, the Chief Engineer of WRD. Basically, he is the nodal officer for NCRMP, that is your National Cyclone Risk Mitigation, and we have constructed a lot of cyclone shelters with early warning dissemination system. So he would just throw light on a few things pertaining to the scheme. As far as the simulation sites are concerned, we have identified Aivang village in North Goa, that is at Karanzale, Aivang village, and in South Goa it would be the Kolwa area, Kolwa beach area. So I would now with this request Commandant Singh of NDRF to throw a light on the support what is coming on from NDRF for this particular exercise.
Thank you, sir. In fact, sir has already brought out, this is a mock exercise based on a cyclone theme, and that is to check our preparedness and to ensure that when the actual thing happens, so our conduct and planning is perfect, one thing. And as far as NDRF is concerned, it's a specialized force of the Government of the India, Ministry of Home Affairs, under the National Disaster Management Act, which specializes in many aspects of disaster management. So we are basically this is 5 battalion NDRF, and we are basically based in Pune. So like this, there are 16 battalion all over the country. So they have their assigned area of responsibility for disaster management. My area of responsibility is Maharashtra and Goa. So for any kind of disaster, and disasters can be cyclone, can be earthquake, can be a building collapse, can be a CBRN environment, chemical, biological, radionuclear, can be a flood water rescue, can be a deep diving kind of thing. All the India battalion, all the rescuers are trained on those all aspects, and we as a 5 NDRF have come all the way from like Pune, me and my 2 deputy commandant as an observer, and 2 teams well equipped in all aspects of CSSR, that is collapse structure rescue, CBRN, and flood water, cyclone, and other aspects of rescue equipments and communication equipment to participate in this mock exercise. And the scenarios were well depicted by Brigadier Sir today, and we are ready to go in, and there will certain simulations tomorrow, and day after tomorrow we as a rescuer will participate in the various kind of scenarios which have already been painted, and we hope to do it in a good way. Certainly there will be learning lessons from this kind of exercise which are always there, and which help us in improving our response and delivery next time. That's all from me, and I can only assure that and I'm very thankful to Brigadier Sir and Chakra Sir for organizing this kind of a mock drill, because these things helps us in innovating, in identifying the area of improvement, and strengthening our response, and strengthening apart from that, happening it in a real time in a quickest way possible, because that's the principle of any disaster, that in golden hour principle, the faster you react, the more helpful you are to a local community, and you are able to save most of the lives and avoid any kind of damage. That's from me. Thank you. Jai Hind.
I would just add on to this plan for the 3rd of March, and I would definitely solicit the support of the print and the electronic media to support this exercise of the state government along with the central government, the NDMA, the NDRF, and let's try to make this exercise a great success, so that it would be a learning exercise for us. So wherever there are gaps, we can try to improve ourselves where we need to learn. It's a learning exercise as well. And both our Collector North and Collector South are with me, and they would be the responsible officers for both the districts. And thank you very much for being here, and let's take it forward from there. Thank you very much.
Sir, you said 2 teams have been deployed over here. May I know the strength of that 2 teams? Means how many personnel are there?
Right now, in fact, we have got 50 plus rescuers right now in the 2 teams, which are available here for participating in the exercise.
Another issue is that you spoke about NDRF always looks at the fastest route, the quickest route to save a human life. So when you talk about 2 spots like Ailwang or Kolwa, any detailed plan like which is the fastest route, which side, hospital, all those things? You must have kept all those things in your mind.
Those all things are already in place. In fact, like 2 districts are there, so we are having 2 dedicated teams for like 1 team for 1 district and another team for another district. So that all those things have already been sorted out, like the movement part, where we'll reach, and the vulnerable areas, and to ensure that we react in the fastest possible way.
The detailed plan, I think we'll share it with you, which are the hospitals which are on board, which are the routes which we are planning to take. Those are the nitty-gritties, we will share it with you.
Whenever it comes to rainy season, we always talk about disaster management plan, with the control room setup. We from ministers or anybody gives a statement that we all have a dedicated control room. And now with all these facilities about so much investment, and we all have a control room dedicated setup there. Or it is only during because rainy season comes, then you will say that we have a disaster management setup.
No. We've got our state operation center, we've got the district centers, and right up to the taluka level. I would definitely ask both the collectors to ensure that you are given a visit to all these centers, so that you know how the information, the dissemination of the information happens, and how the action plan is put in place. That would be a good opportunity to have a hands-on experience for you as well.
It is working daily basis.
Yes, 24/7. Thank you very much.